By 2017, over 200,000 Americans had died during the two preceding decades from overdoses involving legal drugs that were produced by pharmaceutical companies and prescribed by doctors. People have long been sounding alarms about the mounting death toll linked to prescription painkillers. Still, year after year, politicians, lawmakers, public regulators, professional medical organizations, and insurers have neglected the growing carnage, while the pharmaceutical industry has downplayed it. The result is tragic and predictable. By 2016, the number of overdose deaths involving prescription opioids had quadrupled since 1999. A disaster that might have been contained with an early response had morphed into a hydra. Every catastrophe, natural or man-made, has a beginning. For the opioid crisis, the seed was a drug called OxyContin. When OxyContin first appeared in the mid-1990s, it was heralded as a wonder drug that would change how pain, mankind's oldest and most persistent medical enemy, was treated. A determined band of activists laid the groundwork for its arrival by arguing that millions of people were suffering unnecessarily because doctors had exaggerated fears about the addictive potential of prescription painkillers. Doctors had used the term narcotic to describe the active ingredients in such medications. But advocates of more aggressive pain treatment were so eager to distance drugs like OxyContin from the back-alley connotations of narcotic that they coined the word opioid to rebrand them. OxyContin became the centerpiece of the most aggressive marketing campaign for a powerful and potentially addicting narcotic ever undertaken by the pharmaceutical industry. Its producer, Purdue Pharma, showered millions of dollars on doctors to convince them to prescribe OxyContin and claimed that it offered not only a better way to treat pain, but a safer one as well. Purdue, which was owned by one of America's wealthiest and most secretive families, the Sacklers, would make billions from the drug's sales. When this book was first published in 2003, many of the critical events chronicled in this new and expanded edition had yet to take place. For instance, in 2007, Purdue and three of its top executives pled guilty to criminal charges in connection with the company's marketing of OxyContin. With the case's end, I thought my involvement in the story was over. I also labored under the misconception, as journalists often do, that when one stops reporting on a story, the story stops. Unfortunately, that has not proven to be the case. If anything, the OxyContin episode spawned an era of chaos, corporate profiteering, political entropy, and misery, some of which might have been prevented by federal officials. Following the plea agreements with Purdue and its officials, the Justice Department consigned to secrecy evidence its own investigators had uncovered about when Purdue first learned about OxyContin's abuse and what the company did with this crucial information. After a decade in obscurity, scores of internal Purdue emails and other records unearthed by investigators are finally available to shed new light on the origin story of the opioid crisis. OxyContin was not a wonder drug. It was the gateway drug to the most devastating public health disaster of the 21st century.